I was about to say, I'm falling bits though, lad. I've turned 26 and like, I've got this thing with my rib here. I don't know what's going on, but when I move in a certain direction too quick, it feels like something's just going.
No. I used to have it, right, where it would feel like two ribs would cross over like this. Yeah. I had it for a while and it stopped. It just stopped happening after a while.
Yeah, but I thought that about my gums bleeding. My gum.
Listerine.
I've been. Honestly,
Corsadil.
I've been spitting out little tiny quantities of blood in my teeth brushing since I was easy like 14.
You brush them too hard. No, I've been getting a lot. There's one tooth that's really bad. When was the last time I went to the dentist?
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
That might be what it is.
I can't get a dentist though. You try getting a dentist in lockdown.
I've heard that someone was like, "Oh,
like trying to snatch a child."
Didn't you tell me about the dentist though? We were, yeah. What you on about? We went walking somewhere and you went, "There's a really good dentist around here. You can get on it during the coronavirus and all this stuff." You told me that.
Of course, I didn't do it.
We should,
lad. The amount of things that I only figured out that mattresses are only one-sided about 2 years ago.
Listen, mate, I was supposed to have two mics and now I have one and it's not working and things broke. I get you. Yeah, that's good. Because I've got it in my hands and now it's in your elbow. So
that's one thing I want to know. Like, is it like our elbows immune? Did they just stay?
Yeah,
there?
Exactly. Yeah. Do you know what I love is that right at the beginning of all this stuff that's been happening, there was this guy from one of the health organisations, maybe the WHO, maybe it was Peter.
Serafinowicz.
No, the guy at the WHO.
Peter Hook.
The WHO.
Peter.
The band.
Peter Andre.
The WHO.
Peter.
Pete Townsend. Yeah. Right. So Pete Townsend. No, I've done that thing again where I've gone off on the road. Anyway, guy, World Health Organization, stood at the thing and he's going, right, we can't shake hands anymore. Shake hands is off the table. I've been seeing some inventive ways where they'll like knock their elbows and he's like, so anyway, that's the end of the speech. And this guy walks up and he goes. Immediately.
It's so easy done though. To be fair, I don't think anyone will ever be that guy at Nelson Mandela's funeral who wasn't even a sign language man.
I don't know what this is.
You don't know what this is? Mate, there was a bloke at Nelson Mandela's funeral, the biggest thing like to hit the world in easily like that time.
Okay.
And the guy that they got...
Who's Nelson Mandela? No.
The guy that they got to do the sign language for the TV, you know, during the ceremony, he couldn't even do sign language.
He was just
some guy. No, he was just some guy. Think about it, like all the world's leaders are there. He could have like just lopped the head off world democracy. Wow. And you see him and he's just going like... and like they got a sign language guy to read it. It's just like, not one, dragonfly.
No.
Sleepwalk.
Maybe
sleep
he
out.
is just like a mental guy who knew sign language.
Oh no, that's basically what happened. Yeah, like
stuff.
he said that angels were speaking to him during the ceremony.
Okay.
But you can't whack that, can you? Sneaking in to Nelson Mandela's funeral and going, I can sign me.
Yeah. What else could someone have gone in and pretended like I'm going to play a guitar solo during and he just goes in and he can't play guitar.
I mean, I always try and figure out how easy it would be to fake being a Reiki healer or being a horse whisperer. How are they going to know?
Because there's a horse whisperer actual thing where it's like a guy like our horse is unruly and then a guy comes in and he goes and the horse goes and it's just obeyant. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Obedient.
So like
obeyant.
maybe horses.
Obeyant.
Maybe horses like what's it called? Not MRSA. What's it called?
RSPCA.
Oh, what's the one with the
HMRSC.
Hold on.
NAACP.
Where people talk and you go, what is it?
ASMR. Right.
Maybe horses like
that.
Okay,
I was like, is this some sort of like someone with a disability joke? Like when you went, and then I was like, oh, it's when it's in your ears and you go, ugh.
I get that from people who naturally go.
Oh yeah, no. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's like.
Where's sausages?
I know lipstick.
50p. What I used to do to my mum is I would do that whistling voice all the time and she'd go, stop doing that! And I'd go, sorry. But I would go like, I'd say stuff like, Mom, what's for tea? And she'd be like, there's not even S's in that. I just put the S's in there.
You know your stepdad being a cunt to you?
Yeah.
I thought that maybe that was your fault.
No, because I would only ever have I would only ever be able to do this with my mum and have these kind of jokes when he wasn't in. If he was in, it would just be like, I'd just be in my room. And if I was ever in the living room, it was just a lot of like, I'd say something and go, that's stupid. Yo, you pansy, like that. And I'm like, okay. That's what most of my child's life was around him, just like.
Why am I laughing at this?
Because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. No wonder I'm a bit like, sit on my couch and do stuff, and we've got one microphone, I can't sort anything out.
Oh, fuck, have I done it? Have I ticked the button? Have I twigged the thing? And are you going to start singing fucking Obladi again?
Oh, yeah. So I was telling Breezy before that sometimes what I'll do is, if I'm angry at something, what I would usually do is like smash something. I got to the point where I would, rather than smash something, so say if I had my phone in my hand, I've done it before where I've just gone, and just smashed my phone. But then what I started doing was going, and I'd pick up a pillow and I'd go, and throw the pillow instead. But then what I started doing during lockdown, what was happening was I was in my old flat and something would piss me off. Because I'd walk around the house going, oh bloody, life goes on, hey. Because that would get me out of it because I'm singing a stupid song.
That's like something like The Shining though. Like,
you thought that was mental.
It's mental. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah, but imagine being my roommates who that's annoying. And they can.
It's not annoying. It's terrifying.
No. What I mean is they've annoyed me, or there's been some sort of, not roommates. I keep saying that, flatmates at my old place. Something has occurred, and there's like a divide, and I sound like a politician trying to get through a minefield of mistakes. Anyway.
Answer the question,
yeah,
Mr. Sutton.
Exactly.
How much are you cutting the NHS by? We don't want to hear
About this much. 2 centimeters. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So what I would do is imagine that, like, you've pissed off your roommate, or they've pissed off you, and you're like,
stand together in the ocean, held together in a moment. Forget the weather, made the
like,
sand
I'm sharpening knives at the time.
sand out snow.
You're not,
In the bedroom, like.
you're not selling this.
Yeah.
You're not
I
selling
feel like the music might have played over that entire bit.
What? As in...
So we'll be up talking for a while, then it'll go, anyway, remember when you sent that thing? And it'll go, oh, Shen, love together in the... over the top of it, and that'll be the music part. That's what I do sometimes. So if I said something that I really hate, that'll be the intro music part.
But, I mean, we're going to miss out on all that bit of gold.
No, there won't be. There'll be all this stuff before, and then there'll be music, and it'll be this now.
All right.
Which is very entertaining. Well, maybe it won't.
Maybe
I
it
shouldn't have
won't.
gone down this road. What that is my insecurities with, like, putting stuff online. Do you have this with the band? Where it's kind of mad to go, hey, look, this is me doing a thing. Look, go on, criticize it, or say that you like it, or it's just like, there it is, it's online.
I mean, in fairness, what I've started doing now is, in order to get myself out of that mindset, because, like, it's not helpful, do you know what I mean?
No.
So all I do is I just, like, I torture myself with them, just like, listen, you little shit, you're going to share that, you're going to act like you're fucking perfect, and you're going to hate it, and every little second that you do, you're just going to be like, oh! But it's, in a way, it's
Lean
like,
into it.
it's like, you know, when you do that last pull-up,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? And like, and like, you go down and you just feels like, you know what I mean? It feels, your elbows feel like,
You've been working out, bro.
no, mate. This is my point I'm making. It hurts my elbows.
Right, okay.
And like, your elbows feel like a fucking prostitute's jaw. Do you know what I mean? And you're just like, ah! Like,
your elbows. Right,
like-
well, go on. How does that pertain to sharing your stuff online?
and that like,
Prostitute's
that,
jaw.
that feeling, it feels awful.
Mm,
But like, while you're doing it, you know it's the right thing to do.
okay.
So like, that's why I look at it. I look at it as like doing press ups for your mind, where you're like, you don't like doing this, but you got to remember,
A couple more reps.
yeah, most people are happy for you.
Right.
And every
yeah.
now and then you got to get another one of the bands like, smoke me blah,
Yeah.
and you're just like, share this for me blah, lightweight, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Okay.
I don't like working out that much.
But
so-
isn't cardio just like when you post stuff every couple of, like, if you a long run like a marathon is like, oh, I just post something every couple of months. Have that, you wankers. I am doing it still.
I mean, like, I don't know, like, because a large part of it as well is that, like, in a way, you've got to, like, argue yourself out of it. Because I think what's always been fought over in your mind is people don't give a shit, or people don't like it. And it's like, if they didn't give a shit, they wouldn't care about not liking it. And if they don't like it, they therefore give a shit. One of the most important things a lecturer ever said to me was like, indifference is the greatest insult. Because if you've made something that people absolutely hate, I remember a band called, I think it was Unicorns Killed My Girlfriend, and they were awful, truly awful.
No way.
Like, honestly,
Unicorns Killed My Girlfriend were not good.
And
That sounds like a winning formula.
And like, it was amazing to watch how bad it was. But then I think to myself, but that made me, like, the level of cringe that gave to me. It's like The Office, watching The Office. Do you know what I mean? Where you're just like, do you know what I mean? Like, it literally feels like someone is just getting their hand and just putting it into your intestine and pulling out your still forming shit out of you, and they're just like,
that's
do you know what I mean? Like, and you're just there, like, cringing back off.
Well, and that's what Unicorn Killed My Girlfriend was.
That's what it was like. Just watching it being like, oh. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm going to edit this together hilariously. Just me going, what? And then you going,
it's one of my favourite things I love to do. You know, you have the singing obledy thing.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I see something or do something that I think is like really cringing, I'll wait till I get home. This is weird that I'm saying this, and I'll just be like, or like, you know what I mean? Or even sometimes I'll be like, you know what I mean? Just like proper go for it.
So you go home and
just get all the cringe out in one.
Get it out like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do loads of things like that. Like, sometimes, like, if I'm annoyed because I'm trying to swear less, I'll just like speak in a foreign tongue. Like I'll stub my tongue and go, you know what I mean? And no one knows what I'm saying. And sometimes, like, in public, people think like you're Russian or something, so they leave you alone.
Right, yeah.
Like, cause
I'll sometimes do like, oh my goodness! So try and say things that are like not swearies, just so that when I go back to teaching kids, I'm not just gonna be like, for fuck's sake, in front of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing, and like, because
you know what I mean?
I do. And like, because the thing is, because like some of my mates are gonna be having kids. Some of my kids are gonna be having mates soon. Oh, I don't have children. That are mine. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some people sewing up footballs in the basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I about to say?
I have no idea.
Yeah, like, because like some of my mates are having kids.
All right, okay, yeah, all right.
And I just thought to myself, like, I'm mental. My dad used to go at people, like kids who would swear in front of me when I was like a young kid. I was like, fucking hell, Dad.
Right.
Chill out.
Yeah.
But like, he was there just like, ah! You and dads do that. Well, when parental figures do that, when male parental figures do that, when you're walking around, they see something, they're just like, hey! The kids are like,
yeah, just the fear in a child's eyes.
But I suppose like now kids know that like you can just like stab an adult and it's fine.
Or you could like, they go like, listen, you can't do, like, you shouldn't be doing that, and then they go, actually, Google says that it trains my mind 3 times a day if I do play these games.
You. That's the thing that I love about oldsters, is that they've not figured out how permanent being filmed is.
Yeah, once the camera's out, just be a different person.
Yeah, once the camera's out, shut down.
Yeah, listen, you are a blah, 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 yellow person, blah, 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 red person, blah, 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 brown person. Yeah. As soon as the camera comes out, you go, hey, how you doing? I just thought, like, can we get a pie? Like, I thought can we maybe get a pie?
It's like, what I find mad is the fact that, like, when you see, like, it's always, like, old women in America just going, film me! Film me! I don't care! I'm talking to your manager!
Yeah.
And then they start going all squawking, they're like,
yeah, I forgot to tell you about last week when the night finished. There was some girls that came to watch, right? I'm not going to say who it was or anything like that. I don't actually know the names. Anyways, listen, doctor, I didn't do it. Doctor, I don't know what that means. But anyway, they were there, and at the end of the night, everyone left. They were just there by themselves. Now, if they're watching, they won't be, but they know who they are. Anyway, she was sat there, this girl, and some guy was like, well, that guy, I liked her, didn't I? And then she was going, yeah, but Karen is racist to white people. If you say Karen, that's racist to white people. Racist to white people. That's what she was saying. It's racist to white people.
Sound like a car running out of batteries.
And then someone passes a rose and she goes, it's racist to white people.
How old was she?
23 and 48 days.
23?
And 40. I don't know. No idea how old she was. I don't know her.
I mean, was she on the right side or the wrong side of 40?
The right side? She was in her 20s, definitely.
See, what I've done there is I've exposed your ageism. That's what I've done there.
Shit.
There is no right side and wrong side. You're response to that should have been.
What colour's that?
Should have been no, Jake.
What colour is that? What colour is this?
Normal.
Correct.
I can't believe that they fucking did that, you know, though.
What?
They called peach crayon skin colour.
Oh,
for
did
fucking
they? Oh, yeah, they did.
decades.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's pretty fucking awful. Like,
Yeah, in school they would go like, oh, the skin-coloured one.
skin-coloured one, yeah.
And then the one blue guy at the back's like, I'm this colour. But wait, I'm this colour. John Blueberry.
Blue Man Group.
Yeah, the
All
Blue Man
kids.
Group are all like,
Bald, even at that age.
yeah,
Blue rights.
blue rights.
Oh, you can't say that either, yeah, because that's actually a thing.
I actually was at a party recently. That's right, I go to parties. Before the lockdown.
Right.
So, no, as soon as I say this, it'll be obvious that it wasn't. Well, anyway, it was a social distance party. There was only about 14 of us there, all in a tight space, all kissing each other. No, it wasn't an orgy. Anyway, I get to the scuba gear. I get to the point. We were playing Cards Against Humanity. I'd never played it before, so they were explaining the rules to me and a few other people, and then they were trying to explain. They went, right, these black cards, this happens with them, and I went, right, so you're saying that the black cards matter? And I thought that was like, it's just a silly joke. I've just put the word cards in the place of lives. And it's nothing to do with the Black Lives Matter. It's not taking the piss out of it. It's just that's a buzzword that's going, well, not a buzzword. It's like it's the name of a thing at the moment. All I've done is swap the words. But people there were like,
You've let everybody down.
you've let everyone down. You've let yourself down. Karen is racist to white people. That's what they said. What do you think of that?
I mean, identity politics. At the same time, I'm pro the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like, I'm pro all that stuff.
And as well, I'll quickly say, we've both watched this. All Gas No Breaks, okay?
Yeah.
On YouTube. Me, Nick, and Breezy can all attest to this. My current news source is that, All Gas No Breaks. So they'll go to places. Obviously, there's some place where they'll go to Florida, and they'll get this guy to come over, Florida man, who's got like hair coming out of this, and he's got a price tag coming out of his hair, and he's like
mental, yeah.
got mad tattoos, and he's shouting racist stuff to anything. This little sinewy white guy on crack, 3 teeth.
Yeah.
Anyway, they'll go to places like that and show like, look how dumb these people are. But they'll also go to things like the Black Lives Matter marches. That was a mouthful. The Black Lives Matter marches, and they'll interview people. And in the most recent one, they showed the news, Fox News, and it would have Fox News going, poor policemen have been. Violent rioters have been third day attacking poor policemen just trying to do their job, and then it'll show some clips from it happening, and then it'll cut to the CNN going, police brutally attack peaceful protesters, so it's showing both sides, and then it'll cut to like actual black people talking about what they think of it, and it isn't like what everyone's online is seeing. Like, they're even saying things like posting some black picture online isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, showing off this thing. Like, I'm getting way too much into this now, but All Gas No Breaks. That's a really good place to look for it. And also, have you seen Andrew Schultz, his little 5-minute, it'll pop up here for anyone who's not sure of it. It's right there.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, you've seen that, yeah. You know which ones I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good news source as well. So, obviously, I'm pro these things, but swapping the word lives for cards.
Yeah, this
People are too...
It's hid Paul, man. Like, the policing of language to that extent...
Exactly. It's
actually
harmful.
goes against what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, God, I'm a member of the Labour Party. I've seen that happen, of like how that stifles your movement.
What, just being like,
In
don't
poll
say
stuff.
that?
Yeah, because like really it's stopping people from actually engaging with the issues.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you know, if you want to actually do something about racism, like read some books, like watch some documentaries,
talk to people of
ingest
of colour and stuff.
Ingest information. Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
And even like I feel like I've learned a lot of from music, like artists that I like, hip hop artists that I like, Mick Jenkins, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, people like that. And then in films as well, they'll teach you things. Get Out even teaches you things about racism and different things like that. So it's more about, rather than just going like, I'm not being silent. I'm not being silent. It's like, well, all you're really doing is posting stuff online. At the end of the day, does that matter that much? Like, let those people talk for themselves.
Yeah. Well, and also, like,
Like, don't get in the way of it by all means, but
and like race struggle is inextricably linked with class struggle.
we'll just let you know quickly that motorbike going past. It's a hot day. The windows are open. We've got one mic. There's been a lot of trouble, but we've been very, very harsh on the race thing, and it's gone from being like to being like, oh, it's that thing that everyone's talking about. It's two white guys on a podcast talking about it. So let's left turn that. Let's think about things. Gigging and stuff, that's not happened yet, but you've been recording new music with Rivet City.
I've also been recording some stuff of my own.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because what I've been doing is I've been going through like old war documentaries that I used to love, and like about Vietnam, and chopping out bits of like mad old Vietnamese music and stuff, and like making little loops out of them.
Okay.
And like I'm gonna do like spoken word kind of stuff over them.
Right, sick.
And,
have you ever checked out Nick? What was he called? Do you remember him? The spoken word white rapper guy
From Ireland?
No, who we used to really like.
Sage Francis, you mate.
Yeah,
the man. Sick.
Sage Francis is awesome, man.
As well, if you like, Rob Orton?
No.
Rob Orton like does stand up and he also does spoken word.
Oh, okay.
Check out Letter from Father Christmas by Rob Orton. Fucking great.
Rob
I'm gonna stop pointing like
a
gangster now.
I
told you, Devon.
You're a moly. What does moly mean?
Don't know idea.
Maybe it's racist. Maybe I should
Leave him. Take the cannolis.
Cannolis. There we go. Rhymes with moly. Should we Google what moly means? I should stop repeating it over and over if it's a bad word. Imagine that just being like, no, don't say another word to prove your point.
Yeah, don't say another slur.
Yeah, exactly.
You were saying too many before we started filming.
No, I was not. All right. I wasn't. I know I'm making it seem like I definitely was, and I wasn't. I wasn't!
Sorry, but you do realise that every time I go on this podcast, my only goal is to just try and get some kind of flame war going in the comments. That's the only reason I come on.
Okay. But I like making... I actually enjoy when I watch them back. When you're going like, you don't. Or like provoking me a bit and making me... Do you have any questions for me that will provoke a conversation that will get me angry, and then I'll do the same for you?
Right, here's one for you, right? Okay. If you had to be on a ship...
Why are you bald? I don't give you any time. I just go, why are you bald?
Have I ever told you about when I shut down some kids doing that?
Okay. Right. Yeah, you have
I was cycling past them. And they were like, excuse me, I stopped. And they were like, you baldy. I was like, what is it? And they were just like three like lads from Russia. And they were like, I like your bike. Can we swap? And I was just like, no. He was like, oh, come on, Baldy. I was like, please don't call me that. You were like, why not? I was just like, I've got cancer. And just looked in their eyes for ages. And just kept looking at them. And then you'd seen them just like, like, Windows is shutting down. You know what I mean? And you could see them just like, oh my God. Like, I just dropped a verbal nuke on them. You know what I mean? Just stood outside. All they were trying to do was just buy some chips and just have a nice night shouting at people. They were expecting me.
Exactly.
The Dark Knight. So come over. Do I even have to defeat people with my hands anymore? No. No, I don't.
Do you?
I can defeat you by voice alone.
With my head and with my voice.
I can defeat you with my mind.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was trying not to laugh loudly then, so that when I'm chopping it all up and you're going, beat you with my words. All this shit is going to be amazing.
Yeah, man. So it's just Sunday. I was like, and it was like, that bit in films where they just like, they go,
yeah.
And on the other side of them, they fall off.
Yeah, and they go,
and then they just walk away with a hat on, like.
Yeah.
So it was like, got back on my bike, rode past, and I thought, but what I've not thought about is if I see him again, they're going to be like, I'm just like, oh, still going through that chemo. It's been 3 years.
How you doing, mister? Mister, are you okay? Did you get the chemo you needed?
Just like...
They've reformed their lives. They're suddenly like, we work for cancer research now. We noticed an error of our ways, mister.
It's like Jimmy killed himself. It's like long-term bitches.
Little Jimmy killed himself.
And then I'd just probably walk over and be like... It's not just in my prostate anymore. Oh, it's in my balls now. I can't make love to my wife.
I think they'll stop believing you. They'll go,
Who's
"Listen,
also
pal."
got cancer.
There we go. And then I come around the corner with a shaved head. I'm his wife.
I had cancer for so long now. But yeah, that's probably.
By the way, my granddad had cancer, so I'll joke about it all day.
Oh, fuck it. Like.
No, I just wanted to say that because it's
No, don't mean fuck it about your granddad.
No, I didn't think you meant that either. What I meant is like you shouldn't have to like. I didn't feel the need to go. Actually, it's okay to joke about this. I just thought it would be funny to be like, well, someone in my family died of alcoholism. I can take the piss out of someone with alcoholism. Well, my dad and my granddad were both alcoholics, so it's okay. I can take the piss out of you and go scumbag.
You never hear that one about like obesity, do you?
I think that homeless people should learn thank you in about 8 different languages so that they impress people. When a Chinese person goes past, like, the reason I'm saying this, and I'll go back to your point, the reason I'm saying this is because I saw a guy recently go, ni hao, to these maybe Chinese girls, and they just was like that, and I was like, see, if you would have done that correctly and learned thank you or something like that, or like, thank you is like, they've walked past you, and all right, she, and you go, she, and then they go, oh, he was like, even though we're Japanese, he was trying to be friendly and like.
I don't know if they take it that way.
But it's a homeless guy just trying. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
And if he's like she like that, like if he's like got souls to it, like oh thanks then
like,
maybe.
Can you imagine if I walked into a Japanese restaurant and then sat down and had a big bowl of ramen right at the end? There was just a guy there who was just a white guy and went arigato and walked out. Like,
yeah, but that's a
big.
white guy. It's like quite clear, and you've gone into a place. He's on the street, and he's like trying to do his best to like get.
What I'm saying though is that's like someone saying to you and me, "Thank you" in Gaelic, and and then being like, "Why? They're from the same kind of place." Do you know what I mean?
And I'd be like, "Yeah, we kind of are." I really would be like, "Yeah, I guess we are." Good.
I mean, so would
That's
I,
impressive that you learned Gaelic. Why learn Gaelic? English is. You've just spoke to me in English, and I've just been speaking to you in English. Like, how many times does this happen? You go on holiday and you go, "Hey, Del Boy, Manchester United," like that. You're like, I don't go. Are you assuming I'm English? I might be American. Like, I'm not like that.
I always pretend I'm Welsh on holiday. No one's got a problem with the Welsh.
What you so let people chat to you and go, I'm Welsh. Like, hi, nice to meet you. Coming out. I'm Welsh. It's alright, I'm Welsh.
It's alright, guys. Put the pitchforks away.
Hey, you want a massage? A happy ending? I'm Welsh, actually. Is there any sheep in there?
Wow.
What, the sheep joke that I made?
No, it's just funny, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you were like, wow, making the sheep Welsh joke.
I went on
Philip
Sutton's podcast and I was outraged at what I saw.
The stereotype of Welsh people having intercourse with barbers is outrageous.
You sit there in your gravy-stained tighty whities making jokes about Welsh history.
How did you know? Can you see? Good.
Yeah, I do love, like...
What were you going to say about fat people, though?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, it just makes me laugh how, like... I just think, like, it just makes me laugh how there isn't really an obesity charity. There's every other kind of ailment. There's even donkeys.
Yeah.
But there's no obesity charity.
Yeah, very good point. You never see an advert where it's going, for £2 a month, and there's like an obese crawling through the desert. Please. For £2 a month, we can keep up his McDonald's habit. Whereas you have a little donkey. Little donkey. What about little fat boy? What about that one?
I just love the fact, though, that there's a charity for donkeys.
Yeah.
Like, someone has gone, starving kids? Nah. Blindness. Heart disease.
They were already covered.
You know what? Donkeys.
Like, if I was going to make a charity, I wouldn't go, oh, you know what? Cancer. Because cancer research is there.
Donkeys.
I would go like, donkeys. No. I would go like, are llamas okay?
Yeah,
what about the llamas? Are they all right?
But you know, I remember, though, there was the advert. It was going round like Christmas time, sort of like 2009. And it was like, you know that tune, that... that one. You know which one I'm on about? The Kate Bush one.
One more time.
That one. And there's just a donkey knocking about looking well fed up. And it's just got bare bricks on him. And it's just like in some sand. It's in the middle of nowhere. I'm just like, these donkeys in the middle of the Iranian desert No, it's not Iraq. Was it Iraq or was it Iraqi? It was either Iraq or Afghanistan where these donkeys were. And it's like, this Afghan donkey hasn't had a drink in 3 days.
Give it some water.
It's like, bitch, the people have got bigger problems.
Stop filming it.
It's like there's kids who can't get water in there. What the fuck are you talking about?
But then the donkeys carry the bricks to make the wells, which have
the
water.
But it's like, what we can do is we can go to these communities and teach. And honestly, this was the fucking tagline, and teach them better ways. And it's just like, what? So we walk over there and just go, oh, you should have a Toyota, lad.
Yeah.
It's in a bit.
That's what you
£8,000
need to
in
do.
back pocket.
Better ways. I'm suspicious about charity. Take a break. That's how it'll go. This is a good one.
Thanks, John. I'm here at the White Lines Matter March. The atmosphere is intense. My teeth are vibrating. This is the largest gathering of network marketing executives in the Western world. None of them quite sure of what they're selling, but all of them, by Christ, they're good at it. So we're going to have a little walk round. We're going to see what's been going on. Jake Breeze reports.
You start a podcast. Oh, okay. Gas mask.
Yeah, my mate gave me a gas mask that he brought back from, where is it? It's an Eastern European country beginning with B.
Bosnia.
I think it was Bosnia, yeah. Right, yeah.
It's not, is that in Eastern Europe?
Yeah, I think Bosnia.
See, you look really surprised that I got that then.
I mean,
Just scoot over just a touch.
Just touchy.
Well, that'll be much better. Thank you.
Nice.
but yeah, what was it about? Yeah, he got me a. Well, he didn't get me it. I just seen it at his house, and I was going to use it for a music video, and then never did. The only thing is, it's got 2 pins in it, and they kept scratching it back in my ear. So like, I think I've just got a little scar there now.
When I was getting my
Wore
haircut.
it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I was getting my haircut. Sorry that I just went straight
No,
past
you're
that.
alright.
Because I thought it was another thing that connected to your story. It's okay.
alright.
Oh shit, we shouldn't
We don't
be
need to
touching each other.
break-
We're
we
in
don't need
separate
to-
rooms, so
It's all right.
I don't know how people.
Don't need to break down conversation. Let's have it.
All right. So anyway, the guy was cutting my hair the other day, and I went to do you know like the school of barbering where it's £3. It says free haircuts outside, but when you go on to book a free
Oh, is
haircut,
that
it says free
is
haircut.
it Flanagan's?
No.
Because there was that time I wanted to be a barber. I wanted to enroll at Flanagan's.
What was it called? Flanagan. It's just called London School of Barbering.
All right.
It would you would fit it because most barbers are bald.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So it's interesting that it where they're like, because I can't do my hair, I'll do everyone else's hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's what it is.
We pass it on to our children. You know what I mean? We're like,
The baldness.
come, child, you still have hair upon your head. I am cursed with this affliction. There is no way out for me. We're like Vestal virgins.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I have made a pact with my order to never again allow a single hair on my head to grow. We do this so that you may be safe, my
It's a
child.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
I see. Well, when I was at the barbers, I was like sat there for a while, and then they're like, "Come over, mate. This guy will cut your hair." And then I sit down, and I'm there like, and then he goes, "Right, what do you want, pal?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like a." He was bald as well, but had a mustache. He was younger than me. And I was like a 1 on the sides, and he was like, right. And I went, could you kind of blend it higher up though? He was like, right, but a 1 and higher up. Okay, and then he started writing this thing, and it said like his name was Bob. It's not his name, and the instructor guy was
Definitely called Tyler, wasn't he?
called
Something like that.
Tyler. So the instructor guy, no, I've confused you now. Brian was the instructor guy that comes around, and he looks and checks, and then I'm sat there, and then he's like, all right, and then he's shaking with the clippers, and I was like, what have I done? And he's just going like, and he goes to my head, and he's doing it, and then he starts doing it, and then after a while, he's getting used to it, and then he does the bit where he'll go a 2 all over here, then he'll do a 1 here, but when he's going up on it, he's like doing all right, but my mask is on, so all this bit here is being missed, and I was like, I really hope by the end I'm going to go, do those bits, like, because we need to move my mask out of the way, and then he starts going in with the blending thing, whatever that is, that blends it between. And when he's doing it, he's just on my ear like this, just turn your head this way. And as he's doing it, he's just ragging my ear. Just going, I hate you. It was like, really, Jesus, he was really ragging on my head. And I was sat there going, like making clear. And I was like, right, in a second, I'm going to say, You're hurting my ear, man. I don't know how to say it. Will you be careful on my ear or something like that? Like, you're fucking ragging my ear off. Like, how do I say it? Like, my ear's gonna fucking fall off, lad. Like, you cutting my hair or cutting my ear in? Anyway, and then he's doing it for ages. And then I'm just wincing more and more, and then he stops, and I'm like, oh, and then he goes around the other side, just fucking on my head again. And then I didn't say anything at the end. Like, I was even considering going, right, what I should do is, be like, thanks, mate. And when I go, I just write into thing going, great haircut, very happy with it. Although, just tell him to go easy on people's ears. Is that allowed? Can you just do that?
I think you can, yeah. Well, I'm fairness because it's good for him. Because then he knows.
He does know.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people think about criticism as like, am I going to offend them? It's like, most people want the same thing you want. They want to know when they're fucking up. There's no shame in fucking up. As long as, when you're told about when you're fucking up, you sort it out.
Well, how am I fucking up?
I mean,
I didn't know if you actually answer me, but
I mean, I was going to go on about barbers for a bit, but
yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. Barbers, yeah, I'm fucking up by going to the wrong barbers. What do you mean?
I mean, like, have you ever been to that barbers in Tilsley, the Turkish one?
Probably when I was younger and I had longer hair, and I was like, right, I only have a couple of quid, so I'll go in here and I'll say, listen, don't shave it, please don't shave it, just trim it to make it look like it's just been growing out. And they go, okay. And you go, no! And they just shave it every time.
See, first I used to go in because it was fine for me having that done because it was just that.
Yeah.
Before I started bicking my head.
But getting that on your head, that's way better, right? The straight razor.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean,
I saw a guy having it done the other day. Do you know what is really mad? What?
Just like imagining him with all the phone.
Yeah.
Sick, mate.
Yeah, he was sat there, right, and he had like the cape thing on, which to me, the barbers is so vulnerable.
You look like a human.
You
tampon.
sat there like this, and your hands are like an attack. You have to be like throwing up like this. You've got a guy with a razor near your head, and you just sat there with it like around your thing, and you just like you're like a tent with their head popping out, and they've got this thing, and the guy's just going like this on his head, and he's like asking about his holiday that he's not going on, and I'm like, that's such a vulnerable thing to be in.
Lovely,
but
mate.
is it good to have?
Lovely.
Because I'm always just like,
it's absolutely lovely.
I stopped enjoying it when I was a teenager, and whenever the female barber would touch my head, and I'd go, oh. After I stopped enjoying, after
I don't think she enjoyed it much after that either.
But I was like 15. And surely she knew that she was just putting her titties on my head. She's going like, oh, let me just get that front bit. And then I'm like, between them both, like, I'm sure this isn't supposed to be happening. His face was like, tell me more, lad. Tell me more.
It's just like, just in general, like getting your hair cut, it's just shit. That's an angry barber. But yeah, getting your hair cut's just shit, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, well, I wouldn't know now, but like, whereas when you get your head shaved, it's like the jaguar is putting its paws over your head, and then
its claws
on the backstroke, it's taking away all your problems. Right. You know what I mean? It's got cleansing.
Do they come
claws.
like that? Do they go forward?
Yes, usually they go back.
Yeah.
But, like, you can go forward, and like there's a bit where like there's just these big man hands grip your head, and he just rubs in lemon cologne, and you're like. Just like, please, sir.
Rub my head more, sir.
I love it, mate. I love having my head rubbed. It's my favourite thing. Corona. It's like this, but that Turkish barbers in Tilsley, I've seen some insane things in there. So I used to walk in like after work sometimes when I was still working at the post office there. And I'd be sat there. It was one of the few times that I felt masculine in my life because I'd walk in. There was either like mums with kids, so it was like the odd bloke, and I'm sat there. I was like, oh, this. Just been doing a full day's grafting. You know what I mean? Just been smacking many letters through many doors. Come on! Sit down, especially after it had been raining, just like, yeah, fucking soaked. You lot, indoors, me. Out there, earning for wife and kid who don't exist. Fucking come on. United. And then I'd sit down and be like, hiya, as soon as that's my name. But and I'd be sat there and you see some weird things. Like I remember one guy, and I swear down, he sat down once and the guy was like, hey, my friend, how you doing? What do you want? And just went, a divorce. Didn't say anything else. Genuinely didn't say anything else.
That's what a guy said. I thought you said that's what you said.
No,
like,
he just.
You know what,
I heard a guy say that, like,
wow.
a divorce.
that guy, what's mad about that guy's life is he's been holding it in. He's like, can't wait to get to the barbers and tell him. Like, he's been like, I don't really have anyone to go to the pub and I can't talk to him because he know my wife. But when I go to the barbers, I can just tell him.
Yeah, Uncle Ted. He don't give a fuck. But yeah, like, and he was just like, okay. And luckily, like, come in a lot, so we just did his usual. And then he just paid him and got out. And I was just like, ooh, another thing. I've seen an assault in that barbers. Wow. It was interesting. A lad just sat in a chair. This sums up Tilsley. It was me. Say the back wall's here, and then there's like, you know what a room looks like, square. You know what a square looks like, and like there's like seats there, and seats there. It's barbers, and and there's me, a bloke there, a young lad in the chair, and then his mate stood outside the door, like like sat on the window near the door, sat there. He's inside, not outside. Anyway. We sat there and everyone's chatting, we're just doing our thing. And all you hear is a man who honestly looks like a leg of lamb. Like he looks like he was cornical, mate. He was like that. Yeah. And like he walked in, he's just like, when someone like Brock Lesnar looking motherfucker.
Lesnar? Because he's a leg of lamb.
Brock Lesnar. And like
Brock legs lamb.
When someone's like frowning that much that even like their nose is frowning, their chin's like, and they're like shaking because they're that angry. He just like opens the door, grabs the lad who sat there, and he just throws him into the thing. And you can just hear this man's wife or girlfriend behind him just going, "What are you doing? Stop it! What are you doing?" What I love is when people do that, them relationships, them couples, where there's always the woman going, "Please leave it, just leave it." You're just like, why are you with this man?
Because after that's happened, she goes, "That was so hot, I'm going to suck your dick." That's why. It's because they're like, stop it.
But like,
stop hurting me. Stop it.
But like, I'm just kind of like...
Stop doing the joke.
after the first time, I was terrified. We were all terrified. Do you know what I mean? Surely you just bugger off.
But remember seeing guys from Atherton, Hagford, Tilsley, where they're driving around in like a Subaru, and they're like the kind of guys who like the neck like starts there, and they just got like, and they're just like that. They're just a tank, and they've got like short back and sides like a marine, but they're like orange because they just love the sunbeds. They've got tribal tattoos everywhere, wearing all the fresh gear in a BMW that's like playing some grime music. And in the car there's a hot girl, but she's just tiny. She's just like just on the phone and shit, and it's like, you were with him because you want like protection. I think there's an attraction to like this thuggish meat. That's like Tom Hardy in certain films. People are like, oh my god, Tom Hardy. It's because he's just like just like knocking things over like
King Kong.
Yeah, he's just a big brute. That's why King Kong, like Naomi Watts is like, oh King, oh Kong. That's why she's like that, dancing around on the cliff top for him.
I fucking hate that film.
And then Jack Black's like fighting off Adrian Brody's nose.
So idiotic. But yeah, like, but that's why like he's going into town, and this kid's head is like bouncing off the glass.
Who's this now?
The guy's leg of lamb is hurting. And like, what's mad is that his girlfriend is like so there, but at the same time as saying stop it, also going, you fucking dick.
To the guy.
Yeah, he's getting punched, and I'm just like, this is weird. Yeah. And like, we're all just sat there, and what's amazing, what I love about Charles, he's so fucking much.
About Tilsley?
Yeah, is that everyone was looking at it, and the barber stopped and then just sort of kept going. And just carrying on, and then we're all there just like, this is weird. And then all you hear is a guy just going, on the floor going, I swear on my kids' lives! I swear on my kids' lives, I didn't do anything! And then like, he was pummeling him for a good 2 minutes, or as long as it takes for someone to finish one side of an head. Do you know what I mean? On like a number 2 guard. Yeah. Like, and then like, it was just like, like the guy made this noise that was just like, and he was just like, pointed at him like that and just walked away. And then everyone was sat there and stopped, shocked for a minute. And then the lad, I've never seen a human being handle getting quite literally beaten in the street handle better than that. He just sort of went, mad, innit? And then just sat back down, was like, as though like, as though like he just almost dropped his phone down a grid.
Yeah.
Instead of like,
oh, well, that was a close one.
bloody hell, don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yeah.
And we were all sat there, and then it just went.
After just going, I swear I didn't do it.
Don't my kids' lives.
Wow.
And like then everyone just
I've not even got kids. Just been like that afterwards.
don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, then everyone just like carried on reading the paper, and I'm just like, that depresses you, doesn't it? When you see like an old man reading the Sun, you know, like in a barbers, and you're just like
Trying to read the Sun. What does it say? My eyes are hurting.
like when he sat there reading the Sun, I'm just like, oh, I know you're racist somewhere down there. Do you know what I mean?
But when it's old people, it's kind of like, yeah, well, it's going to happen because they grew up in a time where it's just, yeah, let's just be racist for fun. Let's all meet up and be racist together over tea. Whereas, like, now they're at the point where any sort of racism behaviour, they can't do it past the driveway unless they've got do you know what I mean? They're at the gate going, black people should this and that. And people are like, what? We're just driving past you, pal. We can't hear it. Go back inside. I was with Ramsel, and my old flatmate, good friend of mine from do this every time I mention him on the podcast. In Charlton, we were walking through the thing, and honestly, it seemed like I was having an acid trip. And we were walking, and then there was this old man, and like there's a carer, like a lady in like scrubs type stuff, and she's down the road on the phone. And then he's walking slowly, this old man, and then there's I can't really hear him talking. Then all of a sudden he just goes, "How much longer of this?" And I thought he just meant his life.
Thing is, I can see that, man.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he looks like.
He's one of those old men who they can't shave properly anymore.
Yeah.
So they just have bits of longer hair everywhere. Like the neck is really fluffy and hairy, and then the face is shaved. They missed a bit on the mustache. Just got wild Albert Einstein hair. He's wearing like quadruple denim that's all ripped, and he's got like a anti-Thatcher thing on his. Oh, he's not that old. That's old. But, you know, I mean, that's
what it is though, because he's not moved up.
Yeah. And then he was walking down the street like, how much longer is this? And then the one was like, Derek, listen. I don't know if that's his name. Like, Derek, calm down, Derek. Like that. And we're just like, but like, they're not moving for us. They can hear us crunching the leaves walking towards them. Crunching the leaves. And we're like, get through it, and he's just going, just making all these noises, whatever. And then we walk around this corner, and not only did this make this more confusing, but Rams was trying to take us to the tram, and I've not been to Charlton that much since I've moved here. And as we turn this corner, he's like, oh, it's not this street. But as that's happening, there's a woman, right, and she's filling the carrot with stuff, and there's another lady walking towards her, like a sister or something, and as she's walking, she's kind of dragging her foot like this. And I was like, what's going on? Like, it was really confusing me because she might have just been disabled, but because I'd just seen this mad guy, and then I come to the street where this lady's just dragging herself along the floor.
The guy just hates people with club feet.
Yeah. And like, it was just mad.
Imagine if that was your thing. If that was your like brand of racism, like these people with club.
Ooh.
That's going on the internet forever.
Do you want me to just have it go boop over the top of it?
Yeah, please.
Right, but it'll just show me laughing. And everyone will think you said the word, and then over the top of that there'll be another beep. And even though I didn't say a word, everyone will be like, what did he say?
Yeah. Look at them. Everywhere. Using up so much leather for them special shoes. I'm sick of it. Can you imagine that was your thing?
Why do you need ramps everywhere? I keep falling over.
That's mad, you know. I wonder if there are people that just hate disabled people.
Yeah, because that's a mad one, because it's like, there'll definitely be people who'll be like, just die.
Fucking hell. I never forget seeing a really weird Instagram post from someone who's like, you know, one of the people who's just like, 5G's killing us all. Do you know what I mean?
Is that you talking in tongues again?
5G's killing us all.
Right, okay, right.
We must only eat the meat of the hawk. Like, but yeah, but yeah, like one of them people is just like, what is this thing about the fact that like what was it now? Something like disabled people being amazing. I've met some disabled people and they were so rude, and it's just like, what is your point here? Like, what is your point here?
Do you know what I don't get either in those situations? Is like some groups that, like groups, you call it that, but like when we're disabled, I guess, when they're filling out forms, that's a group of people, right? That's how I'm referring to it. Or even like in the case with Wiley, the grime artist, all this stuff's happened with him. Just look that up if you. I'm not going to explain it, but when someone says something out of turn, or maybe if a disabled person has been rude to you, it's like, well, they kind of have a reason to. Like, this guy's from the streets and has been stabbed 20 times. This person is in a wheelchair because they had some horrific happen to them. So why not just be like, oh, they may have been rude, but I know, like, it must be pretty hard that.
Imagine how rude you'd be if you couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Because imagine how many times a day you must be going down the street.
I love.
Yeah,
like,
either
I'm
that
not
or
deaf.
either
I'm
that,
just, my legs don't work.
Or it's just like, bitch, move out my way.
Yeah.
Like, this is what, mate, it does my head in.
Or even people going,
yeah, this is honestly, I have a massive bugbear about this.
Yeah,
just
when they come over, I just go, you've got no legs. Just so they feel better. No, and even if they do have legs that don't work, or like a broken arm, I just go, you've got no legs. But go on, what's your bugbear?
The fact that, like, when people, like, because you know yourself, when you're being fussed over, you hate it.
Yeah, I know, I hate it.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
when I was a kid and people go, and she got long eyelashes, then I would be like, this is weird. Why are all these old ladies sticking them wrinkly faces in my face? But since then, it's been like, fussed over. Do you mean like on a birthday or something like that?
Yeah.
It's your birthday, like that kind of thing.
Aren't you men? Not really.
Yeah, I have an imposter syndrome.
It's like, not particularly. I wonder what a pedo's birthday looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like if they know they're a pedo, would you send, if you had an uncle who's a pedo, would you send him a birthday card at Christmas? Sorry, a birthday card on his birthday.
Depends what you feel about what he's done. Right, your uncle. Think about your uncle.
Yeah.
Is he a nice guy? All right, wait. Are you close to him?
No.
Right. That's a better way of dodging this. Right. If you found out he did some pedding, would you be sending... Do you send him a birthday card already?
I mean, no.
There you go. That's all it is then. Whether or not you send him one now, and if he's a pedo, you're definitely going to be like, you know what, nah. I don't send birthday cards to anyone.
If your brother was a pedo...
It's hard to imagine. My sister. No.
If your sister was a pedo...
Don't do this, wait.
Would you send her like
my brother,
Would you send her like a Scalextrics at Christmas or something?
My brother, say him.
Yeah, would you send him a Scalextrics
what?
Or like a...
What if he's 30?
Or like, I don't know.
What, because it's like a childlike toy? Please get out your
just
child
something
desires.
for Christmas. I just think like Scalextrics to this day is probably the best present I've ever had. It was well good.
I know what to get you on our
stood
birthday.
There all morning. I'd have a Scalextrics, me. Like, you stood there with that little fucking gun. And, like, it was sick every day, Michael
drooling,
Schumacher.
Just eating Skittles.
Yeah, it was. Me and my dad used to eat there. Like, sat there, same track, like... And like,
but I remember when you're taking corners, you have to like ease it off, right?
Yeah.
Or do you just
like you've got to ease it off? There was a skill to it. You could drift and shit. But like there was Michael Schumacher, and the other one was
my stepdad used to just shit on the race course. Go eat it. Eat it or no more Scalextrics.
Wow.
No, that's not true.
But you know what I mean though, like. I just find it mad. Like I often think, like, what music do pedos like? What music?
Michael Jackson.
What music was Saddam Hussein into? Like, you know, did Ted Bundy like pizza? If so, what type? Do you know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Pizza. That's not too crazy though.
I think about it loads. Like,
it's like let's think about stuff like, what did they do for hobbies apart from killing people?
Yeah.
So like, did they go to the cinema on their own and watch? Psycho.
Ted Bundy.
Or was it like they went to the cinema on their own and watched Bambi? Because that's even freakier.
Yeah, Ted Bundy, like, say what you want about him. Belting golfer. Do you know what I mean? No, but like, but as in like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Well, isn't there that serial killer who's on a game show and he won the game show? And he's like, and he's killed about 3 people already, and then after the game show, he killed like 4 more.
Yeah.
Check this out on the Joe Rogan podcast. Rob Lowe was on it.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe. And he said...
I'm a pedo.
No, he didn't. Don't put that out there. All right.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly. So anyway, he said on it that at one point, his first show that he ever did on TV when he was 15, he was 15 and there was only 62 television series on television at that time. Only 62, right? And the reason he knew that is because he was the 62nd, they were the lowest rated show, and the amount of views he had were 19 million an episode, which now episodes are like what's NCIS? That's apparently the biggest show. That's 14 million. How much is that? So like back then, any show would be like, you would just get massive ratings. Yeah, so like because there's less choice. So I feel like my point going around to this, the reason I thought about this is, that's why I feel like it's even harder to try and get in the entertainment business to follow the same course that everyone else has done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's fine. But like, I mean, I don't know, like, if your mate then, if Rob Lowe was your mate,
Right.
and he come up to you and he's like, listen, I think I'm a pedo. Like, well, like what would you do? Like if your mate had just gone up to you and was just like, I think I'm a pedo. Like, would you just be like, oh, we'll get you help, or you'd be like,
No. This is what I would do, right? So, right, you're the pedo, right?
No, I'm not.
No, come on, you're the pedo, right?
No, I'm
come
not.
on, we want to.
I am
this.
not.
Wait, this might educate people on. I think I have a good understanding of it in a way, and like how we should maybe like treat people like that to prevent it happening in the future. All right. So you're a pedophile, and you're playing the character of one. No, a guy who thinks he is, right? And your name's Norris.
Alright.
Right? And you're coming to me and you're going, listen, pal, I've got something to tell you. Right. Action.
Hold on.
Can't wait to clip this.
Phil, it's me, your mate Norris. I'm a full-blown pedo.
I'm a noncer. Right, so... is that how you're going to say it to me? Just like that? Right.
I'm nonce to the max.
Right, are you joking, pal?
No.
What?
I'm a full-blown pedo.
So you...
I dabble in pederasty.
Right. Let me understand this properly. Have you done something already?
No.
Right, that's good.
Has Norris done something already?
No.
No, he's not. Okay.
He's not, right. So this is this scenario. He's not. Okay. Right, have you ever gone on the internet and searched things?
No.
No, alright. What we need to do then, you don't want to go to jail for this, you don't want to do anything
Please
like
shave your groin so I can suck your bald penis. In order to fulfill my urges.
Oh no. Right.
Would you do that to stop
My
a
eyes have
pedo?
gone fucked.
Still Norris this.
No, this is getting... Because if I start describing what I would do, it's getting really weird. Right. Norris, this is what I would say to Norris. I'd go, right, listen, what we need to do, there's no shame in going to therapy and admitting this to someone. And you should get someone in your life that you tell this to. Who do you live with, Norris?
I live on my own.
Right, we're going to have to change that quickly. We're going to get you a
I
child.
might tell the woman next door.
Right, okay, if you tell the woman next door.
She's got 8 kids.
She said, oh no, not her. We have to get you to move. Right, Norris, like, this is serious, isn't it? It's serious. Let's be honest. We don't want to go down for this. We don't want to do anything to
We
this.
don't want to go down for this.
No, I mean, you don't.
We?
Yeah, I shouldn't have said we. I meant we as in, like, you.
Are we pedo pals now?
No! What I'm saying is, well, actually, no, if you do something now and I knew this, then yeah, I might go down for it. So it's on me now, all right? So listen, we need to get you in a situation where you tell people before you accidentally act on one of these things. Do you feel like you want to do that now? Is there an urge there?
No.
Right, well, good.
Only because you've got a beard.
Right, well, good. I don't mean on me. So what we need to do is we need to get you to some therapy. We need to get you to live with someone. We need to tell people before something happens. Don't touch me! Right, now.
Pedo.
Right, you've come to me and I ask you and then you go, yes.
Yes, what?
Right, so come at me again. Tell me what. Your name's Norris. Go a different angle this time.
Philip.
Yeah,
It's
mate.
me, your closest and dearest friend. Sharer of many sleepovers.
Fond days.
I must tell you, I desire the seed of children.
Norris, have you done something already?
This is entrapment. Yes.
You're under arrest! Right. And then you strangle them until someone arrives.
Right.
Okay?
Until someone arrives.
Or one of you come.
Until someone arrives at the destination. Then you quickly wipe the semen from the floor and put it in a
Wow.
pedo sperm cause cancer. How amazing would that be?
Wow, we've really gone through all the subjects today.
Do you reckon that's what's happening?
What, I was getting cancelled?
No,
yeah.
is that do you reckon like they're draining the balls of people like Jimmy Savile and like using it to cure cancer, and that's why like the royal family are so old and why they all love them so much.
Maybe it is one that desires the young blood that has the best semen.
Maybe. This is getting very weird. I had a mate though who had like some mad conspiracy theory about.
Was that too weird?
It was a little bit weird.
Right, or maybe it stopped already.
Last bit. No, it was fine.
Okay.
So we'll make that. By that logic, someday there might just be a pedo production line.
Carry on.
But yeah, anyway. I mean, yeah, I think that's a good way of dealing with it. Because, like, you know, apparently there's loads of people who live with, like, those urges and never do anything. And I can imagine that must be pretty fucking insane.
Yeah, because if you hold that in yourself, like, this is the main thing is, I've heard that a friend of ours used to work in, like, Ann Summers. Shit, now everyone knows who it is. And she said that a lot of people, like most of the Muslim religion, would buy some of the kinkiest shit because you're repressing the sexual urges. You're going like, can't do that, cover up. So that when they do get married, they're like, wow! And they're just fucking doing it all. Like, yeah, exactly. They're just doing it all. It's like that scene in Bruce Almighty when he's like, throws his clothes off like that. And like he's going, pleasure and all that. So, right, my point is, if you repress it, then it comes out in certain ways. If people wanted to fight when they were a kid and all this thing, and then they never get a chance to, then when they get older, they get jacked and they go and batter everyone. Do you know what I mean? So if you do that with someone a pedo, if you go, right, if you make an environment where they cannot tell anyone and they can't admit it before they do something wrong, then they will maybe act on it more because it's suppressed and they go, well, fuck it, I'll just do it. I can't tell anyone anyway, so I'll just do it and then kill myself. And then even if they have killed themselves, still that has happened to someone.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So all that joking we're making, we've taught ourselves
and pedos,
any of you watching, not to do that and to go and get help.
I'll tell you what, here's one for you. I've been thinking about a lot. Like Manchester, because you were asking me about Tilsley before, like Manchester compared to Tilsley, have you noticed here that like the mental people in Tilsley are a lot funnier, but also like more concentrated, but there's less of them. Whereas like Manchester, I think like the ratio of mental person to person who doesn't like, isn't eating live pigeons is like much smaller. Like fucking the amount of insane people that I see just getting about their day in Manchester is insane.
Yeah, exactly. We saw, by the way, I'm really choking on water here. So when I was just sat here going, gulp. We were in Manchester before and this guy walked up to this, like he looked like a normal middle-aged man. And he walked to the shop and he just went like, the shop was like here and he just turned his head going, it's not going in, it doesn't come in there, that's not the way it is. And we were like, oh, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, he's crazy, okay, leave him alone. Yeah. Or you just get people, like, I saw a guy pacing through Piccadilly station, like low down like this, and then he'd look at a bin and go, that's what I told you last week, I told that to you last week, as if like the cousin is there who owes them 50 quid. And that bin, for a moment, was their cousin. That's actual schizophrenia that isn't being treated. Yeah. It's like they're seeing a little lizard man that pops up and goes, excuse me, sir, 20 pence. And he goes, I've not got 20 pence, I'm homeless. Do you know what I mean? Fair. And it's not fair, is it?
Cheeky lizard.
Cheeky lizards. Popping out in my imagination. What if we all get schizophrenia now just because we're joking about it?
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, if everything happens to me that I've joked about, like...
Fair be it.
Yeah, it's going to be a mental time. It's going to be full-blown Final Destination.
All at once.
Yeah. ISIS cancer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Obese ISIS cancer.
yeah. Oh God.
Bloody hell.
You
But
find
yeah.
it. You got so obese that you got cancer, and then ISIS, as you were getting the operation to maybe make yourself live longer, ISIS came and gave you coronavirus.
Do you reckon it says anything about like white power people?
What?
That there's very few fat
Oh, I
terrorists.
see what you mean. I don't know.
But like the proper like yeah guys are always like big sweaty.
Do you
tap
mean
on.
terrorists as in people in America who are massively racist, or do you mean like what the guys with the turban on their head in the news and they say they're terrorists?
No, as in like the definition of the dictionary definition of
Right.
terrorism.
So it could be any sort of terror.
Yeah.
Right.
So like that guy who drove that car into that march.
Yeah.
Like that's terrorism.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
So that's what I mean. Is like I'm trying to differentiate whether
yeah.
or not we're saying like terrorists, like what the news tell you is terror.
Yeah.
But when something like this happens, it's like a man from and it's like
Yeah.
doctor who turned psychopath, whatever. It's never like this is terrorism, terror, because you can't say it. That's what it is. You
Terror.
save it. Terror. This terror. No, I can't do it. You do it again.
Terror. I just
Terror.
love. I love that fucking that George W. Bush clip where it's just like the terrorists are always looking for new ways to harm our country. So are we. Good, George. Leader of the free
What
world.
were you saying though when you said the terrorists?
I can't remember.
It was you said white power and fat people.
Yeah, like the white power guys, they're always like. Bleh. Whereas,
Right.
like when you see like sort of like the Premier League of terrorists, like you know, like your ISIS's,
Yeah.
and like your Al Qaeda's,
Yeah.
they're pretty.
Talibans.
Yeah, they're pretty like on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas it feels like
That's why they're a real threat.
yeah,
Whereas other guys are just like on a scooter going America.
yeah, you know what I mean? And
But they've got guns though.
yeah,
They have got guns.
there is that. I mean, technically, ISIS have guns.
That's what I mean. They both have guns.
Yeah.
But the advantage of the ISIS is they are more in shape. They've been in
That's
a gym more. Even though Americans have more access to a gym, the ISIS is still the fitter of the two terrors. Who do you think will win the fight?
Lord of the Rings, the two terrorists. Just bare ISIS people and bare like white supremacist people, just like nah.
Fighting for the
Fight for the one racist ring.
yeah. There you go.
You put it on and like I don't know what would happen if you put on the racist ring.
You would
Or you have
be married to racism.
or you have your shit music and only your race left. Imagine how shit music would be if
Yeah,
white supremacist world existed.
yeah. It's just like everyone line dances.
Not even that. Like everyone's just like playing crap folk songs from like Ireland.
How dare you say that of the Irish? No, but if it was the only one left, you'd be like, really? Yeah, because if you suck all the colour out of the broad spectrum of white music, what's been like if it's white music here and then there's just a little pockets of influence from all different cultures. If you go, what's just white? Then that's like, I was going to live. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, come
That
on.
of like Nazi skinhead punk.
Yeah.
And it's this. I think I've talked about this on Pete's podcast, but this blows my mind. The fact that there is a Nazi band who've all found each other. I don't understand how a Nazi plays guitar, and then like they find a Nazi producer in a Nazi studio to make your Nazi album.
Well, no, it was like they were all Nazis and they went, let's learn stuff.
I mean, like, I just love the fact though that there is a producer somewhere just being like, yeah, I'm feeling it. So, and then, but like, as soon as he hears like a Kanye West production, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, like, I don't understand how he can be like, yeah, honestly, I'm just really feeling the lyrics and really feeling the melody. Then looking out the corner of his eye and just going like, what is that man doing on my property?
Yeah. Or
You know
even
what I
you
mean?
play him like a black guy's music and it's like his voice isn't quite stereotypically black. Like the difference between a very white voice and a very black voice, you can tell the difference in them. More soul on the black side, but a guy who's like more in the middle, if you play it to him, but he's singing lyrics that fit his agenda. And then we're like, who's this guy? And you go, a black guy. And they go, no, yeah. Now I have to like other music.
Yeah.
See, we should go around
And do that.
tricking people. Any sort of races we're going to get the race that the racist against
The club foot
to
people.
sing, the club foot people to sing able-bodied songs to make the ableists, is that the word?
Yeah.
Change their ways.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that.
We'll make a concept rap album.
We will. What have you got like happening online? Have you got songs being released?
I've just updated my Twitter handle to be Uncle Breeze. Well, Uncle_Breeze.
Uncle_Breeze.
Gonna start
Because Uncle Breeze, he doesn't always score the right amount of points, so he's Uncle_Breeze.
pretty
Sorry,
much.
that was a bad joke.
Jesus, lad.
You know, it's supposed to be an awful ending, so it's getting there.
Yeah. I'm gonna start uploading comedy sets from a couple of years ago, when I was still smashing it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start uploading more spoken word stuff, and we're working on a podcast, What's West with Uncle Breeze.
Oh yeah.
So that's gonna be started off life as a radio show that you can find online, and now the concept is coming for the new podcast, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And Breezy's always good on podcasts and stuff. I've seen him on Pretend Shit Pete's podcast, on mine. He's been on Adam Anwell's podcast, Mighty Shaw's. He also does. He's also sick when he does stand up. Won Frog and Bucket the first time they did it. He's got an amazing band called Rivet City. I've done a lot of behind the scenes videos for them. He's a sick musician and singer. And one time I made him some subtitle videos, and he went on Instagram and he didn't open it properly, so all the words were cut off. And
oh yeah.
and he's a sick guy.
Completely forgot about
That's
that.
okay though, because when I send you more, I'll send you a picture circling it, going, "Don't forget to press this." And then if you upload it, I'll check it, and I'll go, "You've done it!" And I'll make you delete it and re-upload it.
It's like, fuck's sake.
But it's okay because I took ages making those videos, so you can chastise me for that.
Right, let's do it then.
Go on then. Chastise me.
You fucking dick. I will slap you, lad.
Why?
I will slap you right on your lily bollocks. Right down there.
It would have ended by now.